How's it going, everybody? Justin to Gaming here. I apologize for the delay. I've been working a lot lately. Gotta pay the bills and all that, but I did not forget about you guys. NHL 16 is about 2 weeks away. The beta was a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of good things to say about the beta, but I want to take some time talking about a few key areas of the game that, in my opinion, need some tweaking and can help provide a more balanced experience overall. Without further delay, I'm going to go right to it. The first thing that kept bugging me is seamless puck pickups, or lack thereof in this case. There's a lot of little things wrong with just simply picking up the puck. Easy passes are being bobbled for no reason, picking up the puck by the boards can take multiple attempts, and sometimes the pass will just go right by your player for no reason whatsoever. All these animations can buy defenses enough time to close the gap and take away the puck, or cover passing lanes that would have been open if the initial pass was received properly. Players who are picking up the puck are being screwed over by something they can't control. Now for bobbling passes, I understand if it's a rocket pass from a few feet away, that makes sense, but if the passing lane is open and the speed is appropriate, there should be no reason for a bobble. Do players misplay the puck in real life? Yes, but that is human error. In a video game, the player did nothing wrong, and they're being punished for no reason. If a bobble happens on a rare occasion for the sake of realism, I guess I can deal with that, but it's happening way too often, and all these auto animations take away control from the player and the outcome that we're going to have on the game. The next thing I want to talk about is strictly about defense. The ability to intercept passes is finally rewarding players for good positioning and jumping passing lanes, but there is one thing that needs to be toned down, or in my opinion possibly taken away, and that is the auto poke check. Once again, another auto animation makes my list. If a defender is in perfect position, it should be picked off or at least deflected, and that's something EA has done right. But in the beta, there are times when a defender is almost in position, not quite there, or even facing the wrong direction at times, and the game will auto-poke the pass away for the player, and that can't happen. It should be up to us, the users, to deflect the pass with a poke check. The game should not be helping players for being close enough, and that's a big problem. The game's doing too much for the player, whether it's good or bad, and that's bad for a competitive atmosphere. You need as much of the game decided by the players. You don't want the big moments, winning or losing, coming down to an auto animation. Moving on to goalies, the biggest issue by far is the input lag. It was absolutely terrible for me during the beta. I understand input lag will probably never go away, but it has to be less than there's no way around it. If EA tries to cover it up by either increasing the reflexes or reach of our limbs, that's more tools for goal line goalies to use. And unfortunately, goal lining was a thing during the beta, and even after the patch it was still sort of there, just not in the same style as NHL 13. If you stayed on the goal line, as long as you did move a little side to side to make sure you had that short side covered, you weren't flawless, but you could do pretty well in net without much effort and a decent defense. Another problem for goalies was moving without precision movement. This is mainly with the left stick. Sometimes I'd barely move it, I only want to take a small step. My goalie would either twitch but stay still, take a small step like I wanted, or he would just fly across the crease. And with these erratic movements, I spent a lot of time just trying to get my goalie back in position instead of focusing on the play at hand. And sometimes my goalie would turn away from the puck when moving with the left stick. It happened on side-to-side movements as well as when skating deeper in the crease. There were even times where the goalie's back was turned to the play. Post play is not only slow and delayed, but it's inconsistent as well. I found myself holding left bumper or L1 until I wanted to leave the post. Toggling those buttons like EA has set for us is a good idea if it works, but there are many times where I'd press the button and just nothing would happen. For some reason you can't hug the post while in the paddle down position. That needs to be fixed as well. And all these slow post movements were a key reason why wraparounds were so effective during the beta. As the goalie to stop wraparounds, I want to be able to lock my pad against the post while in the butterfly and close off any gap. Unfortunately, the funnel effect is still there, and we continue to bounce off the goal line. NHL 15 swayed way too much towards the offense with lots of forced cross creases going through multiple defenders. The beta with all these auto animations, most of them either hurting the offense or helping the defense, seemed to sway too much towards the defense. I think that a few basic tweaks such as fewer unnecessary bobbles on open passes, fewer or quicker auto animations, and giving more control to the players won't give that much to the offense. In fact, I think it's going to get to a point where we're going to have the closest balance between offense and defense than we've ever had in the NHL series. The beta did a really good job of highlighting the win as a team concept. You need good communication, teamwork, and most importantly, proper positioning to give yourself the best chance to win, and that is a step in the right direction. If there's a weak link, it's going to be noticed and teams are going to try and take advantage of it. As for goalies, the foundation is there. As EA stated, we have all the tools at our disposal to make the saves, and I think there is huge potential for this new control scheme, but unless they fix the input delay, it's not going to reach its true potential. As of now, goalies will strongly depend on the skaters around him. If they happen to fix input delay, and the movements become more consistent, I can see goalie success skyrocketing and low scoring games becoming the norm, especially in the second half when people start to get used to the controls. In the end, the game has to be about rewarding teams for when they do something right and punishing teams for when they do something wrong. Don't let an auto animation be the difference between a win and a loss. Let the players decide the outcome of the game. So there's my review / mini rant, if you want to call it that, on the beta. The input delay is the biggest factor, but I think it has potential to be one of the best ESHL series that it has to offer, but I do think some tweaks need to be made. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with anything I've said, or am I just a rambling idiot? Maybe you have your own list of tweaks that need to be made. Feel free to add that to the conversation. Remember to click that like button. It really means a lot to a little guy like me. You can click subscribe here. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. I'm just into gaming, and thanks for watching.